Well, hello, ladies and gentlefolk, it's me, the DRBC 007, and I'm back. I've been gone for a little while, but we're not going to be talking about that because we're going to talk about that later in time. Not right now, not today, and we will resume the normal schedule soon enough. But today I am here because I could hold my silence no longer. I needed to come out of the cupboard, no, not the closet, no, naughty. I needed to come out and talk to you a little bit about Game of Thrones. Now I'm going to throw a caveat in here, a little caveat, well, a spoiler bumper warning. Spoilers shall be discussed about the last episode, Season 8, Ep 4. And before we get into the vitriol, because I'm sure some people will push back and they will disagree with me, these are just my opinions, but of course they're right, because I'm saying them, you know, they're going to be correct. We're all allowed our own opinions. It's just yours are wrong if you disagree with me. It's quite simple, really. Yeah, where are we going with this? So I just wanted to say that I actually love Game of Thrones. I've enjoyed, in part, Season 8, just nowhere near as much as other seasons. So I'm just going to get straight into this one, because this is Ep 4. This is after the rather epic battle, The Long Night. Why? Okay, so what happens? We cut from the battle straight into the episode. Everyone's having a jolly. Are they having a jolly first of all, or are they burying people first of all? I think we'll go with the burying thing. There's a lot wrong with this episode, and we will start right here. Okay, so in the last episode, we had, I don't know, something like 20,000 Unsullied. We had 10,000 Dothraki, best horsemen in the world. We're facing an army of 100,000, maybe more, of the dead, the Whites, the White Walkers, the Night King, a dragon, Viserion, who turned into a dragon that spits ice instead of fire, and he's a mean-ass bastard. Okay, so we had all that. We had this a pretty cool episode. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later if I need to. But we had that. It ended. Every fucking person died. Literally everyone died. So many people died. All the soldiers seemed to die. All of the army of the undead died again. So they're still dead, but they came down. They rained from the sky. Okay, 8 people seemed to survive. Thousands of Unsullied died. Thousands of Dothraki died. Thousands of the Northmen died. Thousands of the Wildlings died. But the very next day, they're all gone. They're all gone. There's nothing there. There's just a white snowy ground, a couple of funeral pyres with a few of the exceptional characters that we lost. Yes, a few of them, maybe stacked up with, 10, 15 bodies underneath. Let's go crazy. Let's say there's 10 or 15 funeral pyres with 10 or 15 people. Let's say even 100 people per funeral pyre. There is nowhere enough to count for the thousands that died. When any person looks at this, they go, wait a minute, we lost thousands and thousands of soldiers, right? Yeah. Thousands of soldiers died, yes. Tomorrow, what do you think would happen after the battle is finished? Well, we've got to burn them all. Okay, how many funeral pyres do you think we need? I don't know. Not quite sure why I'm doing this. Blinkered vision, that's why. Blinkered vision. Well, I don't know. 10? No, stupid. Thousands died. Okay, well, 15? Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, 15 should do it. Fucking stupid. Stupid. Just immediately I was like, wait a minute. Where are the 100,000 dead corpses that just dropped to the floor? Someone might say, wait a minute, they all popped and turned to ice. No. Only the White Walkers and the Night King popped and turned to ice. And of course, also the giant when he was stabbed in the eye. But Viserion the dragon didn't even turn to ice, just collapsed as a corpse. It was literally in the middle of Winterfell, dead. Hundreds of thousands of the undead dead. Even if they disappeared, their clothing was still there. There was so much shit there. Thousands upon thousands of Unsullied and Dothraki, they all died. No, they're gone. Horses gone. Everything's disappeared. They had a fucking cleanup crew like no one has ever seen before, because they swept all that shit away. They destroyed the trench that went all the way around Winterfell, filled that in, packed down the soil, put down new snow, built some fucking funeral pyres, all in the space of a couple of goddamn hours. I'm amazed that someone thought that was a good idea. Okay, moving on. That's awful. Oh yes, actually, the funeral pyre. Okay, you got Dany going up. Jorah Mormont, absolute badass guy, one of my favourite characters. Okay, he died saving her. Kind of poetic. It's kind of normal. She goes up to him, crying. She's sad. Of course she is. She kind of loved him in a way, like a father thing. Not like that type of father love. Happens a lot in this series. She loved him. She went over. She whispers something to him. What the fuck is she whispering? Why have they made that a whisper? Why not just tell us what she said? Why is she whispering something to him? Such a stupid thing. Don't even show that. You don't need to show. If she's going to whisper something that we can't hear, and we'll never know because no one else heard it, no one's going to tell us about it. She's whispered something in loving to Jorah. Just let us know. It's kind of, I don't know. It irked me. It irked me. Next thing that irked me was when Jon went up to Lyanna Mormont. They've literally said like 3 words to each other, but he's like, oh yeah. Maybe I'm being critical. Maybe I'm being unfair. They're all on the funeral pyre. You know, they're burning. It's over. We have a little party. We're forgetting about all of that stuff. Do we have a party first? I don't know. I'm lost. And I think that's just the season 8. I'm lost. Season 8. I'm lost. But we're going to talk about all these things. Maybe not in necessary order. Okay. No. Let's talk about the Unsullied and the army. Yeah, let's do that first. Then we're going about the party because some shit happens in the party, doesn't it? Just so they're talking battle plans, and they're like, "Oh, we got half our army still." What? 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 Why the fuck were they? Where were they hiding? Off in the fucking bushes. If they were, they should be flogged. There was literally the Battle of Winterfell. Thousands upon thousands died. The Dothraki, their swords extinguished. They all freaking died. Grey Worm sacrificed countless Unsullied against the crush against the fire barricade that disappeared the next day. And they're talking battle plans to go and fight Cersei, and they're like, yeah, got half the army, so the scores are sort of even now. Ferris is like, yeah, it's kind of disconcertingly even. What the fuck? There's no even. They all died. During that battle, 8 people were left at the end. Brienne, Jaime, Podrick, Tormund Grey. Oh, Tormund Giantsbane, I'm an absolute man. It's just like literally 8 people left. No other fucking Unsullied were fighting in Winterfell. There was a goddamn dragon. A few people were dying. Literally, they had zombies raining from the sky. They were crushing everything. They were charging in. They were filling up the goddamn Winterfell. There were no goddamn soldiers around, but miraculously, half survived. Right, okay. Who wrote this? Literally, who wrote this? Some people are fucking dumb. The writers are so dumb. They've got literally one of the biggest shows maybe ever created, especially in its genre at least. They've got one of the most loved shows ever created, especially in its genre at least. The first season was amazing, full of intrigue and character and dialogue and plot and mystery and mystique and backstabbing and betrayal and believability, even though there's dragons and this medieval made-up world. You believe these characters. You believe them to be evil. Now, they're just fucking morons. They don't seem to fit anything. They just are forced into this narrative to try and, I don't know, come out on top at the very end. And it just feels weird. And this is another example of that. Where the fuck did those soldiers come from? How have they got anyone left to fight? Such a weird thing. Okay, so we have the party. I don't know if that was before or after this, but I'm mixed up. The party. They're all cheering. They're having a great time, which is good. Of course, they just freaking won. They killed the Night King. Everything's good. Everyone's drinking. Tormund's absolutely getting hammered. And then you get Gendry stand up. Dany goes all kind of crazy-eyed, and she's like, yeah, you killed my father, and you're Gendry Baratheon. And everyone's like, some stuff's gonna go down. She's gonna fucking roast him. But no, what's she do? She actually turns out to be pretty cool, and she makes him Lord Baratheon. Everyone's cheering. Yeah, she's getting upset because Jon's like kind of the center of attention. She feels a bit out of her comfort zone. Poor Dany. I feel a bit bad for her, you know. But she's got those crazy eyes, and you're thinking, oh come on, you're gonna make her into the Mad Queen, just like a mad old papa. Yeah, you can see it's coming. It's so see-through, and I hope that I'm wrong, but I think that I'm not, and I think she's gonna be the baddie, and she's gonna die, and lots of people gonna die. Anyway, so she's all like pissy, and Gendry's all happy. He goes to find Arya, he goes up and tells her, he's like, I'm in love with you. I love you so much. And I'm Lord of Baratheon. I got Stormont, or wherever he's been given. And I want you to be my wife. And she looks at him like this little puppy dog. And it's like, no. Gives him a little kiss. And it's quite a sweet moment. But he's heartbroken. Some people might go, that's bollocks. I actually like that little bit. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it's kind of believable even. You've just been given this amazing honor. You're being remembered. Your father's not your death sentence, but he's actually your fortune. You've also made all these cool weapons. You're being respected, and you think you're in love with Arya, and you survived possibly the biggest war battle that will ever be. Of course, you're going to be full with love. You want to share that with your sexy little dangerous assassin wife. So that was kind of cool. Poor Arya, though. Poor Gendry. His heart was crushed. Another person's heart that gets crushed is Brienne of goddamn it's just, why? So she's playing a little drinking game with Tyrion and Jaime, and it's really fun, and it's with Podrick, and they're talking about naughty things, of course, and then he basically says, you're a virgin, and if she is, does she stop drinking? But she took a drink, or she drank. Anyway, I don't know, she was drunk, she got up, she walked off upset. Jaime follows her off. Tormund tries to get in the way. He's like, I'm going to get a piece of that. But no, Jaime's like, no. Then Tyrion says something and fills up Tormund's horn thing with wine. He's like, you're not getting any of that. My brother's going in for the kill. He goes in, and there's a nice moment between he and Brienne, which I was actually I just thought this wasn't going to happen. I was like, no, this is never going to happen. They're not going to get it on. They're like really close friends. Like they've got this cool, unique bond, and it's just friendship, and they respect and they love each other, but it's not going to be sexual. Okay, turns sexual. He can't get his shirt off, so Brienne's like, I'm going to undress you, and I'm going to undress myself. She starts whipping off the clothes. Bish bash bosh. They get in the sheets or the skins, the furs. He's sitting in the fire. He's looking off after the deed. He gets up, fucks off, doesn't he? Gets off to his horse. And in my mind, I'm thinking, no, he's going to do this to save everyone. He's going to go back. But Brienne comes out, and she looks just so heartbroken. And her face is like, you can't go. You're not leaving me. You're not doing this now. Not after everything. And then he says this speech about how he would do anything for Cersei, and he pushed a boy out of a window and crippled him, and he burnt down a school of kids or some bullcrap. I might have made that up, but he would basically do anything for her. And he said she's evil and he's evil. And then Brienne just cried, and it was really like a touching moment. And I liked that part. I thought that was a real engagement between the two. And I'm kind of just hoping that Jaime isn't going back because he loves his sister and he's worried about her, because that would be such bullshit now. I want him to go back. I want him to speak to his sister and then probably kill her. He needs to. He loves Brienne now. Please. He loves Brienne. God damn it. So much stuff happened in this freaking party. Bull crap. Then we have Dany and Jon's little interlude, where Dany and him have a little smooch. He's pretending to be drunk. Terrible acting. I didn't enjoy it. It was like you get up and you stumble like that. I feel bad, but I'm tired. They have a little thing, the smooch bit, and then she's like, you can't tell anyone our secret. He's like, yeah, but I can't. I have to. He goes all like Honest Abe, all like his dad. Well, it's not his dad, but he is his dad, really, isn't it? He goes all Ned Stark. He's like, I have to be honest to my family. No, I've got to tell my sisters. That's not quite the right accent, definitely not right. But I'm going to stick with it now because I've started. It's more Welsh, but it's kind of like country folk, isn't it? Is that Welsh? Yes, that's Welsh. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so he starts saying he's going to have to tell his sister, and she's like, no, you're not telling your sisters anything. I like you, I'm your aunt, and I want your incest babies, but we can only be together if you do it my way or the highway. And she kind of threatens him, and again gets those evil eyes, and you think, oh, come on. But it's also contrived that he has to tell them. Anyway, so Jon plods off. I think it's the next day now. Maybe it's after the funeral parties. I don't know. It's all messed. It's just mixed up in my head. Goes off, speaks to Sansa, speaks to Arya, and you think, oh, this is it. He's going to tell them. So he kind of starts saying stuff, and then does that kind of thing where he sort of oh, I can't tell them. No, I can't tell them. They're like, tell me what? Turns to Bran, he's like, you tell them. They turn to him, cut. You don't even see it. This is like one of the biggest plot twists in the entire story. Okay, we as the audience know it, but the characters don't. This is huge. This is freaking huge. This changes everything. We don't see them react to it at all. We don't see them have a conversation about it. We don't see anything. Nothing. Then what happens? Tyrion and Viserys are like, Varys, are like talking about it on a ship, and Tyrion's just like, Sansa's clearly just told Tyrion. Tyrion's just gone straight to Varys, told Varys, who's like a snake and is going to spread that shit everywhere. And he's like, oh, how many people? No. Tyrion says, 8. And he's like, oh, well, so tomorrow there'll be 100. Oh, great. So the secret's out of the bag. Dany's going to hate Jon. All this shit's going on. And it's just weird. And then they have this little scene, which in one part I love and one part I hate. The part that I love is it reminds me, it harks back to season 1 with the kind of smoke and mirrors and these little secret meetings, and then playing the game behind the Game of Thrones, moving around the pawns and talking about who should be the successor. And then they discuss treason, and Varys is like, we might have to kill Dany because she's not going to be the best ruler. Jon would be a better ruler. And they're like discussing this treason, and it's all like, oh, it's kind of a bit stupid because you're on an unsullied ship. Ah, yeah, that brings me on to the ships. You're on an unsullied ship, surrounded by her companions and her loyal soldiers and stuff, and you're talking about treason. Kind of a bit stupid, but then the same thing, everything's moving so quickly, it's just going on. Before I move on to the ships, which is the next part, why does Sansa hate Daenerys so much? Why? Have I missed something? Have I been blindsided? And missed a big, crucial story plot bit because she hates her. She hates Dany with a passion. Is it because she herself wants to be some incestuous lover of Jon and she wants to give him some, fun in the sack? Terribly said. But she's like, oh no, now Dany gets it and I don't get my way. Because I've seen the way she looks at Jon. She's undressing him with those beautiful eyes. I don't know, it's weird. It's like they need conflict. The writers need conflict. And so what have they done? They've decided to force Sansa just to hate Dany. Because Dany's done nothing. She's literally arrived and saved the fucking day. And they have this scene when they're talking about the armies and Sansa's like, no, not going to do that. And then Jon just makes a defiant stand to stand with Dany. And it's weird. And Sansa's like looking at them all awkward. And she just hates her. And it feels really forced and not real again. Like talking about in the first few seasons, people were real and believable. Now their actions just seem bogus. They seem stupid. So we get to these ships. Dany decided to split her ships, and she talks with her little council about the dangers. And this was earlier on in the episode, and Varys says, we got half forces, about even. So Euron's got the fleet, and he's really dangerous on the water. So what does Dany decide to do? Oh, by the way, apparently she doesn't know about the water. She doesn't know about Euron Greyjoy's fleet. Because one of the writers actually talks about this. I saw a tweet earlier, which I'm going to show you right now. It's absolutely hilarious. It basically says, oh, she doesn't know about it. The scene before she doesn't know about it, she's being told about it. And it's just like, this is what I'm talking about. The writing is just, it's like you drop the ball. You drop the ball. You drop the Dragon Ball. It's like, why? This is such a good series. What the fuck are you doing? So shit. Watch the tweet.
While Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and Euron's forces, they certainly haven't forgotten about her, and they're just waiting for her to come back.
And the Golden Company has arrived in King's Landing, courtesy of the Greyjoy fleet. The balance has grown distressingly even.
We'll surround the city. If the Iron Fleet tries to ferry in more food, the dragons will destroy them.
Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
So anyway, you've just seen it. One of our dragons dies. This is the most stupid thing. After Tyrion and Varys have this little conversation about treason, he goes up on deck. Grey Worm and Missandei have this lovely little chat, and then Daenerys is flying around, and Rhaegal gets a big ass crossbow bolt from this dragon killing machine straight in the chest, one in the wing, and then one in the face and neck, and he crashes into the sea. And it's a shock. I didn't quite see that coming, but it's a shock, and it's bullcrap. And Daenerys is like absolutely fuming. She's mad. She's dive bombing with Drogon. Of course, it's pointless, and then she pulls away just at the last minute. Then the ships get decimated by Euron Greyjoy's fleet and these big ass Stinger missiles that just rip through everything. Everyone jumps overboard. Some people survive. They wash up on a beach. Grey Worm's like, Missandei! Missandei! The guy didn't give a shit about her when the ships were sinking. He waited probably 20, 30 minutes to swim back to shore before he realised they weren't together. What happens? She's been fucking nicked. The whole goddamn fleet was destroyed. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people stranded on the beach, ships everywhere, but miraculously they were able to sail in and pluck just one woman out of the sea and steal her. It's just not believable. And it's stupid. And it's like, you're forcing this plot line. You could have done anything else. You're forcing it because you want to give her to Cersei. So it's just so stupid. Another thing that's really stupid about this, there's a lot of stupidity, okay, is you've got Dany and Drogon and Rhaegal up in the fucking sky. They're really goddamn high when you see this aerial shot and they're flying around. They have got, 20, 30 kilometers view. And they can't see Euron Greyjoy's fleet at all. They don't see anything there. They don't see it. Only literally as the scorpion bolts come through, they're on a moving ship. They're able to aim, track, and fire a piece of wood with a bit of metal on it, a big motherfucking thing, from a small little cannon gun thing that's attached to the front of the ship, track a dragon as it's moving, and the dragons would have gone forward, back, circled around, because the fleet's slow. So it would have been like scouting out the area and stuff. They didn't see them at all, but they had time to track it, fire 3 fucking pin-perfect goddamn missiles at a moving target with this huge... it's just so stupid that Daenerys and the dragons didn't see this fleet, didn't see the danger, and they also didn't think about it, even though they were told literally moments before they left that there was Euron Greyjoy's fleet that would probably try and cut them off. It's just... a mentally deficient seal could see what was going to happen. I don't know what that kind of... I don't know. What was I saying with that? A diminished child with not enough brain capacity to understand much would have seen that happening and would have gone, don't do that, that's stupid. But again, they needed Rhaegal to get killed. They needed Missandei randomly to get captured to set up the next fucking stupid thing. Oh, I've just remembered one other thing before I move on to this. Fuck Jon. Fuck Jon. Fuck him in the asshole. He's been with Ghost, his direwolf, from season goddamn 1. And when Tormund... I'm jumping. I'm sorry I'm jumping, but this annoyed me. When Tormund came up to him at the end, which was actually also a nice moment, which I liked, he's like, I fought with you, your brother, you've got the wild and the north in your bones, come back, I'm going to take the free folk, we're not fighting your fucking war down here, we just wanted to fight the Night King, we've done that, he's gone, we're going home, see you later, you should come with us because we love you and you're a Northman. And that's nice, it's a nice moment. Samwell Tarly comes over, also kind of a nice moment, but a bit stupid and a bit weird, and he like an awkward hug with Gilly, and then a little awkward bit of dialogue about Gilly being pregnant again, and Sam trying to explain how it happened, and it's like, oh. But Jon then turns, sees Ghost, who doesn't even come up to him, doesn't like stroke him. Literally, Ghost has killed for Jon, has saved Jon's life like 3 or 4 times, has been by his side through thick and goddamn thin, and he doesn't. It's like he's got a direwolf on the pommel of his sword. It's on his freaking chest plate. And the guy doesn't even say anything. He's like, yeah, just take my dog. Fuck that. I'm going down with a dragon and a dragon queen. I don't need Ghost no more. You take him north. I don't care. And it's so out of character. It's so against all of Jon's interactions with Ghost throughout basically each season. And I'm looking at the writers, and even as the episode's playing, I'm thinking about these things. It's not like 10 minutes after I was like, oh, that was a bit weird. I was like literally in the moment thinking, this is fucking stupid. No! Why? Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when Star Wars, when Chewbacca walks past Leia after Han Solo's been killed, just so they can set up the Leia and Rey hug. And everyone was like, what the fuck is that? They're literally best friends. The love of both of their lives equally, because like best friend and lover is killed, and they're like, nah, I don't want to talk to you. I'm literally not going to talk to you at all. I'm just going to walk past. That's absolutely horse shit. And everybody knew it was horse shit, and the director was like, yeah, I made a mistake. It's because they forced the narrative that Rey and Leia were going to have this heartfelt moment. They're going to hug, and they're going to have this little cry, and they left out something that was real. It's like the Hollywoodification. They take away the actual story and they make it about these set pieces and forced narrative. And that's exactly what happened. They're like, oh, Ghost is there. They could have spent 3 or 4 moments just for him to say goodbye to arguably one of his best friends who's been with him through literally everything. And he just is like, yeah, take my dog. Jon, you piece of shit. So, Rhaegal's dead. Everyone's dead. Even though they're not, apparently they survive. And Daenerys, in her infinite wisdom, decides to have a little meeting with Cersei. So they get to King's Landing like that. Because, of course, they got time travel and extra ships, apparently. She arrives with, like, 10 Unsullied. All of her advisors, her military commander, Varys, Tyrion, Drogon sitting in the back. And they are literally a stone's throw from King's Landing, with hundreds of Scorpion missile death launchers, thousands of archers, maybe hundreds or thousands of men behind the gates. There could be dragon fire beneath their feet, and they just go and they stand there. No! No, Danny, no! No, 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 no. So retarded. I can't say that word. So stupid. So fucking ridiculous. Never would anyone do that when they are mortal enemies. They're not negotiating treaty of peace. I can't speak. I'm so enraged. They're literally talking about killing each other. You've gone to one of the most vile, dangerous, manipulative, and backstabbing women in all the 7 kingdoms in Cersei, and you are literally handing yourself and your dragon on the floor, not flying and not in a dangerous position. Literally, he could be pin-cushioned to shit within seconds, and you've just sat there with like 10 Unsullied. Cersei would, in any normal situation, obliterate them. It's the biggest threat to her army. She doesn't do anything. She hears them out and antagonizes them and lets them walk away. What fucking world are we in? Are we in Game of Thrones anymore? Because it feels like Game of Bones. Like bullshit. Like absolutely, like some old woman is like rolling her bones and going, spitting some chicken blood and hoping some shit's going to happen. Oh, I've gone a bit blurry there. It's just stupid. It's so stupid. It's just, what's happened? It's like since the books ended, the storylines diverged. It was like amazing intrigue, cool characters, backstabbing moments, all this fun stuff. And then it's gone, no, we don't need that. We need these big Hollywood set pieces. We're going to dumb down the characters. We're going to make them do stupid things. We're going to change their character arcs. We're going to get them to fit our end goal. And again, this is that. Nowhere in the Game of Thrones universe where people have been calculating, have been intelligent, have been backstabbing, have been manipulative, have been amazing battles with strategies and victories, would anybody in their right mind do what Daenerys did and walk up there. It is so fucking stupid. It makes me want to stop watching Game of Thrones. It's just mental. So annoying. So annoying. So they have their little dialogue. Missandei's up on top. We know she's going to die. Tyrion pushes by Qyburn, who's a bit of a prick. He doesn't really save her much of anything. He's not really negotiating. He's just, oh God, he's so far up Cersei's arse. He might as well be her own face. Tyrion goes past. They all point the archers and the scorpions at him. Part of me thought he was going to die. Cersei, I think she thought about killing him, but she doesn't want to kill Tyrion. She wants him to live and see what she's going to do to everything and everyone he loves. So that, again, was a little believable moment. But Missandei's there. They're clearly not going to surrender. What does Cersei do? She gets the fucked up freak guy thing, the mountain, to hack her head off. Just before she says, Dracarys, burn. Okay, do we want to make it any clearer that Dany's going to go absolute apeshit crazy and just try and toast every single bastard in the world? I don't really blame her at this point. She had tried so hard to free people, to do the right thing, and at every step it's come back to bite her. Every time she just wanted to fucking go into King's Landing and toast everyone, they're like, no. What does she do? She lost her first dragon, Viserion. He got killed. Then she's lost her second dragon. She's lost thousands and thousands of her unsullied army. She's lost respect. She's lost time. She's lost almost everything. And now one of her best friends, her advisor, has just had her head lopped off by her enemy. She's going to want revenge. She's going to want to burn everything, but it's so contrived, and it feels like they could have done it in a different way in that whole scene. Cersei would never have let them walk out of there. She could have killed everyone in the opponent team. Everyone. Daenerys, Varys, Tyrion, Grey Worm, their unsullied generals, and their dragon. Oh, it's fucking stupid. No one's going to believe that. It's so bollocks. So bollocks. Bollocks! So shit. I think that's kind of like the end of the episode. I don't know if anything else even happens. What else happens? Does anything else happen? Tell me about stuff if anything else happened. I think there's just so much crap. Like in the last episode, you had all this plot armor. People survived when they definitely shouldn't have survived. Some really weird decisions in the episode, but this one takes the goddamn biscuit. Some people will say, no, it's not shit. It's not shit. It's good. It's not the best episode. To you, I say, if I have a constipated, hard, nobbled, peanut butter infused turd that squeezes its way out of my anus and sits in my hand, a hard little turd, but doesn't need any wiping, and then I have, I don't know, a Vindaloo-infused diarrhea splat attack. Which one's better? Of course, the fucking nobbled little constipated shit. But at the end of the day, both of them are garbage. Both of them are turds. One's not necessarily better than the other. Okay, yeah, I'd rather have the constipated turd than the watery shit inferno. But they're still shit at the end of the day. And this episode was an absolute slap in the face. I've seen tweets from the actors and from the director and the writers and stuff, and they're all saying how passionate they are about this and how much they love Game of Thrones, and they don't care, they don't give a fuck if we don't like it. Apparently, Kit Harington said that, and I think that's so bullshit and so bogus. We, the audience, have lived with these characters the same as you. We've invested in them the same as you. We have bought into this universe and this life the same as you. You've got paid shit tons of money to do it. It's been a part of enjoyment for us. And now the ending is turning into an absolute Hollywood dumbfest. It's like just big set pieces that give nothing. Game of Thrones was always supposed to be something special, something real, tangible, dirty, dark, gritty, horrible. Make you go, no! And now I'm going, no! But it's for a different reason. It's not constipation. Another shit thing. It's just, it's like they're, well, you've listened to me rant about this for bloody hell, half an hour. So I probably should wrap up. If I've missed stuff that annoyed you, irked you, or you feel completely different, please tell me about it in the comments down below, because I'd be really interested to see what you think. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed. I think they could have done so much. There's so much that's been building up from season 1 to this end battle with the Night King and the Army of the Dead, but they decided, maybe through the original story's end goal, that Cersei's going to be the last enemy. And I think that's a mistake. I think if she had been fought earlier and the very final battle was the Long Night, the episode just previous, I think we'd be looking at this different. Even with all the plot holes, the plot armor, the dumb down of the characters, I think that we would probably be happier with the outcome. Because if you took that episode, because it was pretty goddamn epic, even with all of the issues, you saw thousands of Unsullied get killed, you saw it come down to the bitter, bitter end, a handful of our favourite characters fighting it out, and only just at the last second, Aya pops in and she does the deed, she kills him, and it ends there. No parties afterwards, no nothing else. A bit like The Sopranos, where they cut to fucking black and you don't know what's going to happen. If that had happened, then you probably would be going, oh my god, that was amazing. Oh my god, I want more. Give me more. I want to know what happened with Bran. I want to know where he was woken off to. I want to know what the fuck Bran's storyline is, why he was touched by the White Walker, if they had a loving relationship and it's a scorned lover coming back for more. I want to know why Sam Tarly spent years in the Citadel, all the shit that he was learning. What? None of that. It doesn't. Nothing was resolved. Those questions are still open, but they're not going to get answered. You've got 2 episodes left to finish this, and they're focusing on a completely different conflict and a completely different lore aspect of the Game of Thrones universe. So those questions have been left open, but in a really shit way. If it had just come to the end, everyone would be desperate for more, and they'd be going, oh my god, and fan theories and fiction would probably come out, and there'd be all these rumours, but no one would ever know. It would be left to your imagination. But they didn't do that. They ended it, brought more questions, biffed off other important story, biffed off other lore. They couldn't have the time or the money. They decided to have fewer episodes even though they're longer, and they haven't gone into those really integral parts that were built up from basically season 1. They just haven't gone through them. It's like almost all of that stuff. I feel sorry for Hodor, you know. His amazing build-up was to get Bran. Bran fucking doesn't matter. Like, who is he? A piece of little gel bait twink ass? Sitting in a chair, can't even move. The guy did fucking nothing. So annoying. So annoying. Oh, and before I forget, Bronn of the Blackwater. Supposed to be Tyrion. Supposed to be Jaime's friend. I know he's a cutthroat. I know he's done it for money. I know literally he's always said, look, you pay me more and I'm going to be on your side. But he saved Tyrion a couple of times. He saved Jaime a number of times. Even like very recently, he pushed Jaime out of the way of Drogon's fire to save his life. And if they had both died, he wouldn't get paid. It's kind of not like that. Cersei says, oh, she wants him killed. He fucking waltzes into Winterfell with a crossbow. Finds Jaime and Tyrion the first time the 2 brothers are literally alone in a freaking deserted bar, and he like comes waltzing in. No one stops him, no guards at the door, no nothing. Comes in, punches Tyrion in the face, says, I've been offered this by your sister, I want you to make it better. They offer him Highgarden, and he's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm not fighting for anyone, but I can still kill you. It just felt, he's a bastard, yeah. He does it for money. He's killed people for money, but in the series, he was built up to be there almost like kind of a friend, and it just felt contrived, it felt forced, it felt like an extra edge to another blade that's being held to the character's neck just for dramatic effect, not for the realism of the characters. The characters have all veered off on their own bizarre tangents to kind of amalgamate and come together at the very end to force this end battle and this end conflict between X, Y, and Z characters, which we're yet to find out. So I didn't think that episode was very good. I don't think season 8 is very good. I love Game of Thrones, and I will see it to the bitter end. But I feel let down. I feel ashamed. I feel like really disappointed. I think they could have done so much more. But yet again, there's going to be people talking about what could have been instead of what happened and what was. And it just seems like this is happening everywhere in gaming, in media, where there's so much money behind these big budget shows, and they just leave Starbucks coffee mugs, you know, in the middle of the scene, and no fucking editor can pick it out. What? Fucking Starbucks coffee mug in Daenerys' scene. It's just like, what the fuck? Oh, so fucking stupid. Why do I keep going blurry? Yeah, tell me what you think. I'd be really eager to see. I think I'm not alone, but I might be wrong. You might absolutely love those hard nobbled shits of an episode. And you might think I'm just being a critical bastard for the sake of it. but I'm not. I've literally spent so many hours of my life enjoying this show, and I feel a bit shortchanged if this is how it's going to end. Still 2 episodes left. Maybe they're going to be really long ones. Maybe they're going to bring back more stuff. But I think a number of the big questions that a lot of people had are not going to be answered. I think a lot of the battles are going to be contrived. I think if Arya ends up killing Cersei, I'm going to be fucking pissed off because it's just so expected now. And Game of Thrones was supposed to be the unexpected. I think that's about it. My only thing that I'm really going to put money on, because I don't know who's going to survive. I don't know who's going to die. I think Sansa should die. I think she's annoying now. She's really annoying. She's so fucking annoying. I think Dany's going to die. I think she's going to go apeshit crazy, and she's going to be betrayed. But I hope it's not by Jon, because I find that that's going to be really contrived and everyone's going to expect it. It's like Jon loves her, but he's going to have to kill her to save the world. And then Jaime's going to do the same to his sister. And then the Mountain's going to chop Jaime in half. So to be honest, actually, that could be pretty cool. But I think Dany is going to die. She is not going to be sitting on that Iron Throne. Then again, it could just end by sort of a really slow zoom out. Like really slowly zooming out. To reveal everybody sitting on a plane in the bottom of the ocean. Wouldn't that be a fucking joke? Alright, ladies and gents, that's been my absolutely epic rant. I will be back with more YouTube videos soon. I still got to take a little bit of time to get some stuff sorted before I hit the schedule properly and bring all this content to you. But I love you very much. Thank you for sticking with me. It's been a little while, and I hope you enjoyed this rant. Tell me what you think down below. Slap a like on it. Share it with your nearest and dearest, your queerest and your fearest. Theorist? I was trying to think of something that rhymes, but it's late. I'm tired. And I'm angry. Now I need wine. Much love, DRBC 007. Signing off. Jon is a piece of shit for not saying goodbye to Ghost. Dirty bastard. Poor Ghost. I fucking love Tormund as well. I think that's the end of it.